The journaling method in Oh My Word actually started 6 years ago. I had suffered from anxiety for most of my life, and mine would manifest as a loop that would go around and around in my head, and it would trap me until I could break it. And over the years, I tried many strategies to break it, all of which were relatively unsuccessful. One of the things I did was that I would find quotes that were meaningful to me, and I would write them on a little index card, and I would tack them up on my bulletin board. It's uplifting. One day, I went to write the quote, and instead of writing the whole quote, I just pulled out the word that had the most meaning for me, and in this case, the word was joy. And I drew the word joy on the card, and then I put a great big heart around it. And then I got some pencil crayons out, and I colored the whole thing, and I tacked it up on the bulletin board. The interesting thing was, as the day went on, I kept flashing on this card and this word joy, and it would make me smile, and I would be filled with good feelings. So I started doing more of these, and I chose words that represented who I wanted to be or what I thought I needed that day. And it was the same experience. The word became top of mind. As I went through my day, I would see the word, I would feel the word, and the word would then become incorporated into my life. So I started to call these heart doodles, and they were my quirky little strategy. And I started to be very disciplined about it, and I did them every morning. What I noticed was that the loop of anxiety was no longer my sidekick. Instead, I had these positive thoughts that filled my mind, and they were positive thoughts that I chose, and I could change at will. I think for the first time in my life, I felt settled, and I felt calm and peaceful, and I felt joy. Over time, I came to understand that there was actually a scientific basis behind this little thing I had going. Scientists call it thought interruption, and that's when we take a new thought and use it to interrupt and replace an old habitual negative thought. This creates new neural pathways in the brain, and the brain starts to rewire itself. This new positive thought also creates chemicals in the body that are feel-good chemicals, and the chemistry in the brain is altered. Researchers also tell us that when we draw something, we're enhancing our ability to retain and remember. So I found that this quirky little strategy that I had going actually had legs, and I started to share it in workshops that I facilitated. Other people used it, it worked, and that's how Heart Doodles became Oh My Word, and I'm sharing it with you. And I hope that you have the same success and the same magic that I've had.